The Liberty University paintball team has wrapped up its season after finishing at their national tournament. This year, the Flames took home 4th place and have big goals for next year's team.
It's always an good opportunity for a paintball team to go down to Kissimmee, Florida and compete at nationals. We love that opportunity to compete at such a high level, as well as share our faith with these other teams there. So it's always a great opportunity and a great experience for my guys.
Most years we were a pretty strong contender. We took 1st place last year. This year unfortunately we didn't come away with the 1st. We got 4th place. But again, it was just another awesome opportunity to go out, compete, and to just be an example of what it looks like to just be a light in a dark community.
Throughout the year we really bonded, I think, more than we've probably ever have throughout previous seasons. And as a result of that, we were going into nationals looking forward to have a really good time, but also being able to compete at a really high level, kind of as a newer team as well. Because I think previous years with Liberty, the same teams have always kind of gone into nationals. For Line 1, for example, we've been playing together pre-college, and then we played with each other in college last year when we won. So it's a really good send-off, but this year is an entirely new squad to play with. We all knew each other from different lines, but it was the first time that we all got to play together. So there was still some kinks to work out, but we were, I guess, hopefully optimistic that we'd be able to pull everything together for nationals, despite not having a lot of exposure throughout the season, because there wasn't a lot of different tournaments to play.
During the week, 2 key players on their first-line team received hamstring injuries. In the last match against their main competitor, Drexel, both players came back to help their team as much as possible.
As far as the players go, it kind of sucks that we lost. Brett and I both pulled our hamstrings to some degree, and that really hurt us. Brett and I both had a couple spins in that game because we were having to pull together kind of whatever we could, because penalties were really hurting us as a full team. But I think we played our hearts out, and we played with what we had and the cards that we were dealt. And I think we played that to the best of our ability while still trying to remain optimistic and hopeful for it. So overall, it was a humbling experience, but it was a big learning experience that we, at the end of the day, we don't regret doing.
With the loss of some seniors this year, coaches and players are looking forward to seeing what's in store for them next season. Their hope is to see their players step up and fill in some key positions to keep the Liberty paintball team as strong as ever.
That's always the battle each year. Always lose a few key players, lose a few seniors. And I think even this year we ended up taking 4th. We lost a strong roster, strong top 5 last year, and we were able to train up some of these guys again, and some of them were able to step it up. So I see some talent in the younger guys, and I'm definitely encouraged with what I see, and I think next year we'll be right up there again.
We did see some guys step up, and we kind of always look for that every year. Who are going to be the line 2 guys that really step up and just jump right in when they're called upon. We have a guy G. He came in and he's been fighting really hard all year trying to make a line 1 spot. Guys like David Lopes. These guys are really grinding hard all year. So these are things that we see throughout the season that ultimately they do kind of culminate during nationals. We can see them really step up. But we kind of have our eyes on some guys throughout the season. Just in anticipation of that.
I think there's some really awesome guys in this team that are unparalleled to any guys I've met in my life, let alone in paintball. I think there's a lot of world changers on this team. I think there's a lot of guys. I think everybody on this team is a leader. I think we're not short of leaders, but I think what's really cool is that though there's no elect leader outside of the Line 1 team captain kind of deal, everyone operates as a unit. So Josh going forward, I think Josh is going to be a big kind of, role model for the team, or good sound heart and mind for the team, because he's always level-headed and good, just reliable. And then you got a couple others. Aaron Matthews, if he continues playing with next year, he's going to be a great older leader on the team. Then you kind of have John Carlo, if he continues, he's going to be really good for the team as well. So I think I'm really excited to see what the guys are going to do with these next years, especially coming back, kind of having more of a leadership coach role, more passively. I'm excited to see a lot of these guys they were prepped during nationals, and I saw a lot of them kind of activate in a leadership sense, so it's going to be cool to see them take it into this next year, because I firmly believe they have the ability to.
Team bond and chemistry is important in all sports, but Liberty Paintball wants their team to be a family. Each year, that bond just gets stronger and bigger.
I always say nationals is the year where is the time where we get to see how interesting some of these guys are, and it really gives them the opportunity to bond with each other, and that's important, you know. Like you saw, like on and off the field, you know, you play better when you know your teammates, you know, like your brothers, you know. So it's definitely exciting and encouraging to see some of these new guys step it up and just fill the roles of the guys leaving. So.
Yeah, it's been awesome, and our guys build those relationships off the field. That's where it all starts, is off the field. You know, even just throughout the weekend, just having a good time at the hotel. You know, as we're still trying to figure out how we can do better. We're still taking time to maybe get into some shenanigans and just enjoy that team bonding experience. So that's what we're all about. Yeah.
I saw that really shine. Just for a quick story, while we were there, the camaraderie between all the other universities that were there, just based upon how Liberty acts. In the past, there hasn't been a lot of camaraderie between all the paintball teams, but this year, it was really cool to see like Drexel, Temple, Michigan State, Liberty, all of us hang out and help each other. So us being a unit went outside of our own pit this year, and it was so cool. As soon as we lost to Drexel, we were up helping Temple in their next match against UCF. So it's cool to see different stuff like that, and like Temple and Michigan were helping us where we needed it, and so on and so forth. So I think that's what's really cool, and something that we do well and that the Lord works in as well, is that we help other teams, and it's not just in our pits, but it's the far as well.